Hi writers, this is Lee Jessup coming at you with a bit of a bonus video to my 5-part series, 5 Steps to Getting Repped. As I was recording the final video, I realized that I did want to include this information, so consider this video 5.5 as we wrap up this series that is all about getting repped. Now, throughout the series, we talked about vetting your work, developing your logline, creating pedigree, deciding on what's the best way to approach, and ultimately getting that read. Well, all of that is done in the name of securing representation, right? Getting signed, as we call it. But the truth here, the important thing to remember is that getting signed oftentimes does not actually mean signing a piece of paper. You heard me right. Most representation companies, specifically on the management side, will not have a contract, a deal memo, a term sheet for you to sign, at least as it stands right now. Of course, that can change tomorrow if there's a big lawsuit, a client suing a rep or a rep suing a client, which doesn't happen often, but can happen. You may then see suddenly management companies rushing to create some sort of a term sheet in order to really clarify the terms of the relationship. And those could include terms of service, so length of time, commission, all of those things. The expectation is that you will commission your representative on any writing related work that you've secured after you've started working together, whether you secured it yourself or they secured it for you. They are part of your team now and therefore entitled to their commission, but they won't actually have you sign paperwork. We see more paperwork get signed on the agency front because agents and their agency by extension are empowered to collect funds on your behalf, not only collect, but also distribute 10% to your manager, to if you have a business manager, if you have a publicist, if you have a lawyer, your agency is going to be in charge of distributing that and distributing your pay to you. But management companies don't generally do that and therefore do not have you sign that sort of paperwork unless you are getting writing work, be it a staffing opportunity, open writing assignment. If they're in a big enough operation and you don't have an agent in place, they may then collect those funds for you. You will figure that out and then paperwork will get done. But I've certainly had writers in confused positions where they get invited to a signing meeting because somebody read their work and got excited and wanted to meet, wanted to sign them, and wanted to get their work out into the professional place, while not having anything for the writer to sign in said signing meeting. So just important to note and for you guys to remember that while we're doing all of this in the name of getting signed, you may not actually be asked to sign any paperwork when you have representation, and simply look to hear from the rep. I'm really excited to sign you. I want to sign you. It's great to work together. And you're off and running. Sometimes the phraseology won't be, I want to work with you or I want to sign you, but rather, here's what I want to do with the script. How does that sound? What are our next action steps, from which you can assume that they are signing you if indeed they are talking about next steps of what they want to do. Sometimes it can get a little ambiguous where they're like, well, I like it, but I can't take this out. Send me some new ideas. And let's look at what you have there. That can be ambiguous about, are they your representation? Are they ultimately just still tracking you and developing with you a little bit to see how it goes? And so that there requires some adjustment and decoding. And certainly talk to your friends who are repped, talk to people like me to help figure out what to do with that. But that's kind of the way that we're expecting it to go. So I hope this entire series has been helpful. I'm going to dig into some querying series next because I like these continuous videos. I hope you do too. And if you do, please subscribe. Of course, check Representation Rundown as part of my Your Career Plan offerings. And hopefully we will talk soon. Bye.